Is it you, Poseidon, or your little wenches? I do not regret my transformation. If that's what you desire, you must forever wait. I leave you here outside Larissa's gate.
Exit, Caeneus. Scene 4. Poseidon's palace beneath the sea. Poseidon is seated on his throne while the Nereids lounge about him, trying unsuccessfully to engage his affection.
Not in the slightest shade of recognition.
Nay, a hunter and fighter is all they can see.
So like an eel, she slithered through the gates.
But tell us, my lord, why do you still call him she?
A woman is a woman, birth to death. How sure I was they'd see through her disguise. That bitch believes she's made a liar of me. I swore she'd never truly be a man. But if those fools cannot look past her flesh...
Never mind, little Canis. Seek somebody new. She was rude and ungrateful.
Not worthy of you. Find a prettier maid with your favors to bless.
There are women who would drown just to feel your caress.
Is that how you regard my oaths, mere blots? My name as light as foam, my words like bubbles?
Not at all, Lord Poseidon.
But what can you do if her kinsmen accept her?
What power have you?
What power? Do you believe the minds of men more difficult to twist and channel than the sea? And women's minds are simpler yet. You'll speak to them, disguised as mortal girls, sound and bound by my word. You can't lay bare the truth, but give them hints, suggestions, clues, until the pieces fall at last together in their feeble heads. Or she goes mad, and like a wind-whipped tide, spits all her secrets out. Go, be her furies, pound her to despair. I vow by every current in the sea, I'll watch that pantomiming girl brought down to where a willful woman ought to be, my feet. Nay, lower than the very ground.
Exit the Nereids. Scene 5. Spotlight up on the Nereids. They are now dressed as common Lapith women, their kelp-like hair covered and disguised. The only hint of their true identities are the water urns they bear, which they use to occasionally sprinkle themselves.
Oh, beware of appearance, Larisians. Be wise to deceptions and tricks and facades. Be suspicious of strangers who come in disguise, and of men who make bargains with gods.
Spotlight up on Pirithous.
Lord Pirithous, deign you to speak with us maids?
What is it?
We've a secret to tell of your friend.
Caeneus?
I, your bosom companion, your partner in arms.
He prefers the attention of men.
How do you know?
Today we were bathing, and you caught us undressed, and he showed neither lust nor disgrace.
Not a hint of blush on his pretty white cheeks, but a sisterly smile on his face.
Perhaps you overrate yourselves.
Are you asking us, Lord, to let you be judged?
Away, you sirens. You misread him. He, in time, will find a Lapith bride. Although I'm certain it will not be one of you.
But perhaps, Lord, on his wedding day, he'll abandon her, leaving her weeping alone in the flowers.
Enough, you harpies! Chirp amongst yourselves.
Whatever you say. But we leave you with this counsel, Lord. If, gods forbid, you should ever be at odds with a man, call him feminine, girlish, a woman. Such insults will pierce him as no weapon can.
Spotlight down on Pirithous, puzzled. The Nereids sprinkle themselves with water. Spotlight up on Hippodamia.
There's a handsome new face in Larissa, you know.
Indeed, I met him.
Did you ask from which city he hails?
No.
When we asked of his boyhood how fierce was his scowl, we suspect there's a secret he veils.
You shouldn't pester him. Pirithous thinks very highly of the man.
Oh, we won't pester him, lady. We're women, of course. His affairs are not ours to uncover.
But perhaps he'll reveal them, his secrets, to someone. A friend, a companion,
A lover.
Spotlight down on Hippodamia. The Nereids sprinkle themselves with water again. Spotlight up on Caeneus. They follow him until he notices them.
What do you want?
We intend no offense, but you walk like a woman.
What?
There's a bit of a swaying in your hips.
You have a poison grace that most men don't possess. And there's something too soft in your lips.
How dare you cast such insults at a man?
Oh, do forgive us. A woman should keep her mouth shut.
Unless a man wants her to use it. But how smooth is your skin? And as pale as white lead.
Like a maiden's. Take care not to bruise it.
Leave me alone.
And how long and dark are your eyelashes, sir? On a woman, we'd label them pretty.
Enough!
If you fluttered them coyly, you even today might attract any man in the city.
What do you want from me?
Easy now, we're just flirting.
Most men would enjoy it, but then you're a little bit odd. Flesh as sturdy as iron, but supple as silk.
You are two things at once.
Man,
God.
Exit Nereids.
Is it so obvious this body's new?
He paces, doing his best to achieve a manly strut. He pauses when he hears voices off stage.
Pirithous, my lord, please try to see my point of view.
Enough now, Damia.
Invite them to another festival, just not our wedding
It's
day.
for the best.
Caeneus hides behind the pillar as Hippodamia and Pirithous enter.
But I don't want those creatures leering at me in my bridal gown.
A show of faith. The perfect way to consummate our truce.
Perhaps, but this should be a day for us, our union, not the Lapis and the Centaurs. Why not invite them to a different feast? Perhaps a festival of horses, or...
The wedding would be best.
Don't see why.
Of course not. To a woman, weddings are no more than songs and torchlight. But a man, especially a king, must be strategic. If I do not invite them, they'll assume I fear another failed engagement.
No, that isn't possible. I'm not like her. I'll never be.
I'm not accusing you. I'm but explaining why they must attend. If they should think the Lapith King so weak and boyish, he cannot attract a wife or sire an heir, what might those mongrels do? I never asked to take my father's throne. I've done the best I could. But with my youth, my father so disgraced, and then last year, centaurs, like hunting dogs, can smell a wound. I am the legion in the Lapith tribe.
Pirithous, my lord, I understand you have an obligation to our tribe. I am a woman, yes, but if that means I'm neither clever nor farsighted, yet it also means I know that duty must come first. But please, the centaurs frighten me. Invite them here on any other day. I'll stand beside you, and they'll see you're strong and manly with a meek and loyal wife. And then perhaps as flushed and swollen as a pomegranate, if you like.
Enough.
Don't grooms owe duties to their brides? If you're so desperate for an heir, why won't you eat? Pardon me, my lord.
Exit Pirithous. Caeneus emerges from behind the pillar.
Caeneus,
Hippodamia. My lady Hippodamia.
I'm sorry if you overheard us, sir. Please don't assume all Lapith women are as headstrong as I must have sounded. What?
If you're headstrong,
What, sir?
never mind. What happened to you, Hippodamia? I see a brittleness in you. It's spring and yet you're fragile as a winter limb.
Never thought I'd dread my wedding day. Because of them, the centaurs frighten me.
Of course, they killed your brother in a raid. Or so I've heard.
And do you understand why I can't bear the thought of them among our guests, drinking our wine and ogling me? How can I face my wedding day beside
A man who's not in love with you?
She turns away sadly.
1 year ago? I'm sure he's told you this.
He has.
He's
No need to resurrect the past.
He says that too. He claims he's buried it and left it like an unattended grave. It's foolishness. He graves like that are home to ghosts.
What do you mean?
She's haunting him.
Huh?
He can't escape her memory, and I can't make it fade.
But they were only friends.
You're close to him, Caeneus, but you haven't known him near as long as I. After she drowned, he paced the beach like a sailor's widow. We found her tattered wedding dress, torn off by waves instead of by her husband's hands. One of her shoes, her veil entwined in kelp. But when she drowned herself, she held his heart clenched tight. And though I searched for it, like a pink shell, it's never washed ashore.
Do you truly think she loved another man?
Perhaps another man, perhaps herself.
Perhaps someone who couldn't love her back?
She stares at him.
What's wrong?
Your eyes. I see a shadow down beneath their surface. They remind me of the sea. I haven't seen the ocean in a year. I've missed it terribly. The taste of salt, the breeze, the calling birds.
I have-
Taking her hand.
I have as well.
Your skin is soft, like sand. I thought it would be hard as iron or as rough as rock.
But I'm but a man.
You're not. You're something more.
Averting eyes.
I'm just a mortal girl.
For mortal girls alone do gods transform themselves to beasts.
No god would ever change his shape for me.
Oh, Damia. A mortal man would rise to godhood had he you to share his life. To be his mother, sister, daughter, wife.
He fears he may have said too much, but then she leans up and kisses him. From the edges of the stage, the Nereids watch, leering. Lights fade. Spotlight up on the Nereids who sing through the scene change.